Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today we have our second lineup update of the year. Before we get started, though, we have a couple house cleaning items. The first one is the shout out of the day. That goes to my man Jack Hall for commenting the emoji of the day on last video. And if you want a chance to be shouted out in the next one, let's comment the lion emoji. And also tonight we will be live right here on YouTube doing our NFL Week 4 picks, right? NFL Week 4 picks, playing some MUT champs probably and just chilling. So if you want to come through, yeah, live right here on YouTube today. But yeah, so let's get into the lineup. We're going to talk about the playbooks I run, a lot of the plays I run, a lot of the personnel, why I have certain players in certain positions, and hopefully some of you guys can maybe, take some of the things I did with this team build and bring it over to your team, because I did go through a little bit of gymnastics as far as building this team and getting them to a 25-25. So as you guys can see, we run the Patriots playbook on offense and the Chiefs playbook on defense, and the main play that I run on my offense that's kind of why my personnel is what my personnel is this play right here. For some reason, it is not, on Madden School. It's not updated, and unfortunately, it's not in the Patriots playbook right now, but it is in game. Obviously, I run it, but this is the play right here. This is it right here. It's a little stretch with an RPO on the backside, and this play, you could probably run it 60% of the time if you wanted to. I sometimes will just switch out of it, but you could really run this play a good amount of the time. The only way you have to get out of this is if someone's playing like man coverage and they're dropping, like they're using it over the top safety and just crashing him down. It's probably the best way to stop this play. But if they're doing that, then you can just call like a dive or the zone weak play that's in this formation too. So this right here is the main play on my offense. So do keep that in mind when I show you the team right here. So getting started with the offense, it might not look too scary right now, but starting with the offensive line, I do have one cheat right here, and that cheat is going to be Charles Cross. So Charles Cross is, I hit the wrong button, but Charles Cross is the fastest offensive lineman in this game right now. And if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know I love that speed on the offensive line. So 76 speed with 78 acceleration. It also has insane stats to back that up as well. 6'5", and he's also 3'11". So having a guy like this to be able to get to that second level and take out linebackers, take out safeties, take out cornerbacks is just so insane. So in this formation, Charles Cross is playing right here. And I do run this play a lot to this side. If you have a right-handed quarterback, you're going to want to flip this play because the RPO gets thrown a lot better. It's not make it or break it. The play works either way. But the RPO, the bubble, runs a lot better when you throw the ball. If you have a lefty, run the bubble to the left. If you have a righty, run the bubble to the right. It's that simple because of how it works. When they're handing off the stretch run, all they do is like just turn their shoulders and just flick it out there. It's so good. So yeah, then this play, if they're playing zone, you can throw the bubble every single time. So, so I have a lot of man beaters on offense. I have zone beaters too, but typically I have a lot of man beaters because the only counter to this play is playing man coverage, really. So I really do focus on, beating man coverage and kind of catching my opponent off guard. So get back to the team here. Charles Cross, he's there to get to that second level. And as far as the other two guys, those two guys are going to be tight ends. RB and A are both tight ends, and for my two tight ends, I use Sam Laporta or whatever other second best tight end I'm using at the current moment. And then if we go over to specialist right here, I have Gronk in at slot receiver, who I will sub in, and I will use Gronk as the outside guy. So Gronk's a very good run blocker. Having Gronk as almost like a lead blocker on a stretch is just insane. And the reason why this run play is so good is because for whatever reason, the way the defense reacts to this RPO is whoever's on this outside will just crash in. I don't get it, but say you have guys right here, they will run into the offensive line. It's such a good play, and it's almost broken. I think it probably is broken. But yeah, once these guys run in, you have Gronk, who's just ready to blow them up because he's a good run blocker and he's got good enough speed. So you have Gronk as the lead blocker. You have Charles Cross getting to that second level. Laporta, not the best run blocker, but he's fine. And you have Deandre Swift, obviously, who I'll show you here in a second. But that's the main play in my offense. That's the main play I'm running. If you play me right now, you will see a heavy dose of that play. And the man who probably gets the most touches on my team right now is this Deandre Swift card right here. 89 speed, 88 acceleration, good COD, good break tackle. We have jukebox on him, and this card on the Lions team just plays really well. He's got an update. Hold up. I saw a tweet. Total AP update for season 2 is going to go to 7. Okay. You're seeing this live right now. I'm just seeing this. The AP total increase for season 2 is going to be 7. So they're going up 1. They're going up 1. What they should have done, in my opinion, is they probably should have raised the defense. Yeah, they probably should have raised the defense's AP over the offense's AP. That's probably what I would have done. But you know, not the biggest change. Just going 7-7. It's not going to change anything too crazy. If it was like 10-10, that'd be wild. But 7-7, nothing crazy. I guess maybe it could be if we start getting discounted players, but I don't think we're gonna see discounted abilities this year. I don't think we're going to. I'd be surprised if we do. But yeah, but back on task here. So Deandre Swift, really like him on the Lions team, and although Bo's probably a better buy, and I should be using Bo as far as coins go, on my Lions team and being sick of Bo Jackson, I had to try out and use Deandre Swift. So he's the running back. 2 tight ends are Sam Laporta, Gronk. Here's the offensive line. And at receiver, I use a lot of 2 receiver sets. Unfortunately, right now, if I do go into trips tight end or U trips, that's where I need 3 receivers, and Garrett Wilson does see the field. And this card is just, he's not cutting it anymore, obviously. I need an upgrade. I need an upgrade very bad at receiver. Whether it's Brandon Marshall, I don't know who it's going to be. The Jets theme team has not been getting shown any love this year, which is a bad thing right now. But hopefully in the long term, it ends up being a good thing because it's not like any of these promos have been that good. So I'm not missing out too much. So I'm not that upset, but hopefully the upgrades start coming here with, you know, Team Diamonds and Most Feared and things like that. Maybe even season 2. Who knows? But the main guy on offense at receiver is Calvin Johnson. Calvin's the guy who runs that bubble, and Calvin has slot apprentice. So that means that against man-to-man coverage, you kind of have to guess if he's playing a post route or a corner route or whatever Calvin Johnson is doing. And also, having slot apprentice allows you to also create flood concepts very easy and also beat zone easy as well. And I'll show you kind of how I do that in a second. So Calvin, obviously a monster here on the Lions team 6'5", 236. But let's go back to the playbook and I'll show you kind of how I beat man and zone using this formation. So my main 2 plays are this inside cross play, which I believe is called mesh in the Patriots playbook, and then 4 verticals. So this mesh play right here, this little wheel route just kills man coverage. So if someone's blitzing you, you can almost like max protect these 2 guys or keep one guy in a route. Maybe put Calvin on like a post or a corner, depending on what the man coverage shading is. Or you can even leave him on this drag route, to be honest, because the user will dive on this. But if they're playing man-to-man, or even if you notice that like the user is the guy responsible for the running back, this wheel route just kills. This wheel route's also pretty good against cover 2, just kind of where it ends up sitting. Even when I don't even usually streak anybody from here. So usually what I'll do is I'll put RB on a flat, put Gronk on a flat. I will actually leave this route on the field because it does sometimes get open, this little drag. And I will put Calvin on this on a post route. So it kind of creates like a backside flood concept, you know, having a flat, having a streak, and then having the post to kind of beat that zone coverage. But again, zone, this route kind of gets to good spots, even if they don't have like a hook curl or something like that, or vert hook. My bad. If they don't have a vert hook. Then this wheel route can get open kind of early with a pass lead inside, kind of Madden 21 style, or I guess it was Madden 22 actually. But this wheel route is the main route I look for on this play, and also Calvin coming across the middle if the user does fall asleep, and also if they're playing man coverage. Even this route can actually beat man coverage very well as well. So I do like this play a lot. And I do switch it up sometimes. If I want to create a flood concept on the backside, what I'll do is I'll streak the X receiver, put Calvin on a corner, and I'll actually motion over the RB guy. Or what I can do is you can actually just leave this A route on the field, and that actually does create a pretty good flat because of how fast this route kind of gets out. So you can literally create a flood concept without any kind of tell. So you can have a flood on the backside, and then the wheel on one side, and then you could have kind of Gronk come out and sit in the middle if the user wants to use the wheel route, if he wants to play. So this play is super versatile depending on what your opponent's doing. And then I also like running verticals mainly because of this route right here. It does beat man coverage, and I kind of create a lot of the same concepts out of this play as far as flood concepts and beating man and things like that. But also this route right here is pretty good too. If they're playing like cover 2, it does actually split that. So those are kind of the 3 plays I run a good amount of the time. And a lot of these plays are actually not even in the Patriots playbook. But yeah, it's stretch alert, it's 4 verts, and inside cross, and obviously a lot of adjustments go into these plays. I'm not just running these stock. And let's say I have to get out of wing slot, and I sometimes do, and I will get out of it. The Patriots playbook has 2 of the best formations in this game right now. Obviously, their bunch is pretty good. It's not a super elite bunch, but they have PA post. They have some pretty good plays in it. So a pretty good bunch, I will say that. So if you're comfortable in bunch, Maybe it could be a good book for you to switch to if you want to try something new. Could be a good book for you to switch to, but it's these two formations right here. It's trips tight end. I mean, there's so many good plays in this formation. This RPO alert bubble run is still just insane to face. But I like running this play. Wide post, this route right here just kills man-to-man coverage from a tight end position. So I like this formation a lot. And then a lot of the times if someone's blitzing me, I will actually go into this wing flex offset weak formation because it has this route right here kills man-to-man coverage. It just kills it. So this Y route, it's a beautiful route if they're playing zero. Also, RB Scissors is a pretty good play. It's kind of not as popular anymore, but it still is actually pretty solid. And if someone's blitzing me, even this little streak and this run play is really good as well. And also it has, two plays that have the kind of the check choice route as well as the tight end man beating kind of wheelish route. It's not like a wheel like you'd see in bunch verticals, but it kind of is. It doesn't go as deep. But say you can kind of run a flood concept on any side of the field because of how outside that streak gets, and it obviously pushes thirds back, and if they're not using a post coming across the way, there's nothing they can even do. You can't do anything about it. And also I like U-trips is also very good. This is a very popular formation. Tight end whip, one of the most popular formations. HP power is really good too, and I'm probably missing some more plays. There's another play I like in your corners is obviously good. If you don't have hot route master or any apprentices on the field, corners has two good corner routes. You can motion them around, move them around. So a bunch of good formations, a bunch of good plays in the Patriots playbook. And I think I covered all of them really. I wanted to talk about. I think I did. And then also, on the goal line, I'll run a lot of RPO, and I also will run this play a good amount. This cross flood play has two good check routes if they do blitz me. And then also, this post route's pretty good as far as beating man coverage and kind of leading inside, kind of getting underneath the cover too. You can always zig this guy, and then this crosser is also really good. It doesn't get as deep as it looks to be. It's very good, like on the 5-yard line. It kind of, if they're shaded outside, what you can do is just put this little corner right out there. You have this coming out late, then you put him on a zig or leave him on the post, whatever you want to do. So I do like these two formations a lot. But let's get back to the offense. Let's get back to the lineup here. So Mike Vick obviously a dog here. Okay, all right, wait. Yeah, he's a great card in this game. I always have to switch my verbiage when talking about Mike Vick. But this card, he's an okay passer. Obviously, his strong suit is going to be that 90 speed here on the Jets team. Unfortunately, in the Patriots playbook, there really isn't that many QB runs. There really isn't any, to be honest. So a lot, like when I'm running the ball, Mike Vick, it's when plays break down. If I were to change one thing about this playbook, it would be the lack of an RPO or the lack of a speed option. If this playbook had that, it would just, Mike Vick would be insane in this offense. He's not perfectly optimized, but he is the best Jets quarterback in this game right now, and the best Lions quarterback in this game right now. So we have to rock with Michael Vick. Would I run anyone else? Probably not. Maybe Luck because he's better from the pocket. Luck or Tua probably fit my play style in this offense a little bit better, just because they have better accuracy stats. But Vick's fine, good throw under pressure, gunslinger, and the speed does bail me out, especially when obviously those plays do break down. So that is pretty much the offense. I don't think I talked about receiver. Did I show you my other receiver? I don't know if I did. I'm running Tyreek Hill right now. Is he the best option right now? I think he's one of the best options. I like Keenan Allen more. I like Mike Evans maybe a little bit more too. But where I use Tyreek Hill and how I use Tyreek Hill, he works fine for me. I just need someone that's going to scare my opponent into not pressing. And if they do press, Tyreek does actually beat that press a good amount of the time. So I do like Tyreek Hill, obviously, with that 90 speed on the outside over there. I do like this card. Against man-to-man, he has his problems, he has his struggles, but it's the speed. And you kind of have to press him. And sometimes what I will do is I actually will put him into that bubble formation or into the bubbles position, and he's obviously better after the catch than Calvin, and I'll let Calvin block, or maybe I even put Gronk over there sometimes, so if I want crazy blocking on the RPO side or on the bubble side. So that is basically the offense. Let's get into this defense, which is definitely the strong point of this team. Okay, so let's talk about personnel. Obviously, every card you see right now doesn't see the field, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you all of the cards on my team. Jeff Okudah, Sauce Gardner, Antonio Cromartie. We have Isaiah Simmons, who, by the way, here are the stats on Isaiah Simmons. We do have him fully chemmed up with the strat card, and also he does get full M-Force chems as well. So +1 zone, +1 press, +1 man coverage, and this card is just insane. We have him up to 87 man coverage, 88 zone, 93 pursuit, 90 tackling with 88 speed and 87 acceleration. So the way I run this defense is a little bit off meta. I don't know if I maybe have faced a couple guys that do this, but I'm still playing man-to-man right now. I'm still playing man-to-man at a very high level. And what my defense makes my opponent do is throw a lot of underneath stuff, and it's kind of a bend don't break style of defense. And every once in a while, I'll kind of mix in zone coverage or mix in a blitz to maybe catch him off guard. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Obviously, you know, when you're watching my gameplays and things like that, I'm not really locked in on defense like that. All I'm trying to do is get back on offense. But if you come through to the streams and I'm playing, you know, MUT champs or anything like that, that's when you're able to see, you know, my defense in full effect. But yeah, here's the personnel we're using right now. If we go over to specialist as well, there are a couple guys you guys can't see right now. I guess only one, and that's Micah Parsons. So on defense, we're using Micah and also Charles Woodson as well. Charles Woodson, obviously a demon, man. We have pick artist on him right now, but 93 man coverage with 90 zone. And if you guys do want to see my strat cards and what we're using right now, it is going to be the +2, the man coverage ball hawk, +2 man coverage, as well as the Eberflus strat card for +1 man. So all my cards on my team getting +1 man coverage, and then all the corners on my team get +2, and my quarterback gets +2 throw power, which right now in this game with ball velocity, you know, they're not being a set feed or a pass lead is a major W. So back to the defense. Let's actually go to, you know, the other screen here, and I'll show you guys kind of what the personnel looks like. The main play I'm running on defense is cover 2 man. So in cover 2 man, the man who plays right here, my sub linebacker, is Eric Berry with Stonewall, which helps against the run. It helps, you know, stopping them short, making, you know, what could be 3-yard runs turn into, you know, 1-yard runs, which does make a difference, obviously. So Stonewall and Eric Berry right here. Eric Berry, and I'll show you Eric Berry's stats, by the way. Someone was asking me, is Eric Berry still worth running? And I think he is. If you have a 25 theme team, Eric Berry, I can upgrade him again? Wait, I can upgrade him again? Does his speed go up? Oh, his speed does not go up here on this one. But still, I can upgrade him again? I didn't know I could do that. When did this come out? It must have been recently. I gotta do that, for real. His speed does not go up, right? I don't think it does. But anyway, okay. Here's Eric Berry right now. 87 speed's just fine. Good enough man coverage, good enough zone coverage for an in the box kind of linebacker safety hybrid kind of guy. And also he's 212, so good, you know, very good weight and also good COD. And against the run, good play rec and a good hit power. So I'm comfortable with putting Eric Berry in that box for sure. So yeah, Eric Berry is the man that plays right here. My 2 slot corners right now, I'm using Jeff Okudah, and I'm also using, who else am I using? I'm using Sauce Gardner still? Yeah, Sauce Gardner. Yeah, Okudah and Sauce Gardner play on the inside here. If for whatever reason my opponent is really beating me, I might switch it over to, you know, I might match up my corners by overall. But usually I come out and I will put Okudah and Sauce Gardner in both of these slot positions. Then on the outside, it's going to be Charles Woodson. It's going to be Antonio Cromartie. Cromartie on my theme team, obviously going to be crazy. Cromartie's probably the best card the Jets theme team has gotten. And he is just a gremlin. We have that mid-route KO on him, again, playing a lot of man coverage. 89 speed with 93 man coverage. The zone a little bit low, but 6'2", 211 or 210. This card plays just insane. So that's kind of the personnel and where I put them. Who do I use her? When I run cover 2 man, I actually use her this safety right here. And this safety is Isaiah Simmons. So I'm still using Isaiah Simmons, although he's not in the box. And I'm trying to stop the run with Isaiah Simmons. And the main reason why cover 2 man is such a good play is because the pre-man shading on cover 2 man with 2 high safeties is actually underneath and inside. So the only adjustment I make is I actually shade all my corners to the outside. And what I'm responsible is for any receiver that goes vertical or any receiver that breaks to the inside. So, you know, it is kind of a bend don't break, and you definitely can get beat for 1 play touchdown still, especially if someone streaks like an outside receiver or something like that. But sometimes I play a little bit conservative to start the game and see kind of what he's doing, and then I will adjust throughout the game, and maybe I'll put him on like on a curl flat or him on a vert hook and try to catch him off guard based on what he's doing. It's not a one size fits all kind of defense. It's more of me, you know, first drive I might feel him out, and then I'll make my adjustments, and I'll maybe put my user in certain positions where he's running routes and things like that. So yeah, this defense is kind of where everything starts. This blitz is really good as well. This DB blitz does catch him off guard a pretty good amount, and when I run the DB blitz, I do user the actual sub linebacker, which would be Eric Berry. And when I want to play zone coverage, what I will do is I will go into this play right here, cover 2 hard flat. And what I do, and the reason why I like this formation so much is because I will actually flip my zone drop. So it might be cover 2 hard flat, but I actually set this zone drop, my flats, at like 30 to 25, and they're already so far outside. So usually on corner routes, what happens is the corner, if you say you put this guy on whatever route or whatever zone you want to stop the corner route, he won't get to this position fast enough. And if you base align and shade outside, and if you set this guy at a 30, at a 30-yard zone drop, he will immediately drop up the sideline almost and take away that corner route. Then you have these two guys shooting into the flat. So I kind of double Mabel it, and I will actually user, or someone's actually blitz this guy, kind of bluff blitz him and then pull him back and user him into coverage. So I do kind of double Mabel both sides. If someone's playing bunch, I might keep this guy in, kind of a vert hook and kind of have him sitting there. But those are kind of the 3 plays I'm running on defense right now. If I want to, cover 4 is there. Also, there's a pretty good cover 3 in here too. Some decent zone blitzes as well. So I love this formation. I'm using it right now. Against the run, there are some slight problems. It comes down to my user a good amount of the time, which is a little bit scary. But that is basically what I'm doing on defense right now. And I've had good success with it. I've had, easy, 18 wins, 18-1 weekend leagues. The last 3 weeks I've played it, it's like 18-1. I've had good success running this formation. Yes, I might come across that demon player and I really got to lock in and it might be a 30-30 game. But against the majority of players you see online, you're going to be fine. If you're not playing money games or whatever the case is, you're not seeing many good players on this game right now. Especially if you're playing MUT champs, like, the matchmaking so Mickey Mouse on there. But yeah, that's basically my team. I do also want to show you Jeff Okuda as well on the theme team. And he's actually pretty good. I mean, 87 speed with 87 man coverage. And there's a reason why he's kind of playing in that box as well, because, or kind of in the middle, blitzing sometimes. He's not the best, but he'll work right now for the Lions team. He's going to have to work. I mean, he's not bad. He's not awful. I mean, he definitely does get the job done. So yeah, that is my team right now. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comment section. And of course, rate my team out of 10 down in the comment section. I'm always rating your guys' team, so rate my team out of 10. And of course, as always, I will see you boys in the next one.